Hi, this is Laura Turner, and today we're going to talk about novel writing structure. What I'm going to talk to you about today is basically how you can format your novel, not so much as how you can plot it. Really, there aren't any real rules for structuring your novel anymore. There may have been when the novel was first created that somebody had tried to put rules on it, but like with any other form, like art or playwriting or music, we sort of can do whatever we want to do. But you need to know what you can do and how many different ways you can do it. So what I would suggest is to read as many different kinds of novels as possible. The author that I believe has the most varied novel structure is William Faulkner, and today I'm going to give you a couple of examples from his book, The Sound and the Fury, and how he formats his novel. He begins the story with a part that is labeled April 7th, 1928, which continues for about 50 or 100, I believe 50 or between 50 and 100 pages. And then he continues to June 2nd, 1910. So he actually jumps back in time about 18 years there. He continues on that line for 100 pages. And then he goes back to April 6th, 1928. So you have April 7th, 1928, June 10th, 1910, June 2nd, sorry, 1910, and then April 6th, 1928. So you've got a novel that skips around and actually starts in one place, goes back in time, and then comes back to before the beginning. So you have some sort of crazy structure going on there. So you can format your novel in any way that you'd like, and you can skip around as much as you want. But the one thing that you really should remember is no matter how you structure your novel, if you start from the end and you work to the beginning with your chapters, whatever you do, you need to save the best for last. You need to actually make it important, for example, with Faulkner, for April 6th, the day before the first part of the novel. That day before has to be the most important day or the most important chapter in the novel. So make sure that no matter where you are in the novel's time frame, if that makes sense, that you find that you're working toward the most important point at the end of the novel. So those are just some tips for your novel writing structure.